In a dystopian future, Juliet navigates a desolate landscape, searching for resources to ensure her survival. Upon discovering a cluster of forsaken vehicles, she meticulously examines each one, including inspecting gas tanks, but comes up empty-handed. She continues her journey and eventually halts at a gas station, armed with a gun. Suddenly, the ceiling trembles, and the menacing growls of a creature named Reaper echo from above. Swiftly, Juliet retreats. While driving, she communicates with her comrade Harry, a fellow survivor, notifying him of her dwindling battery and her decision to take a shortcut back to their base. Shortly thereafter, she stops her vehicle upon spotting an abandoned RV. Upon closer inspection, she discovers a gravely injured man. Holding him at gunpoint, she demands to see his wound and inquiries about the whereabouts of the Reaper. The man responds by revealing that he has confined the creature inside the RV. In addition, he points out that there are cans of food in the RV and requests Juliet to end his suffering. However, Juliet, mindful of conserving bullets, declines and insists on inspecting his wound. Uncovering the injury, she enters the RV and engages in a fierce battle with the Reaper. The vehicle shakes violently as she struggles, but she ultimately prevails, dispatching the creature with a well-aimed shot. Upon exiting, Juliet finds the man has succumbed to his injuries. Gathering all available supplies, she resumes her journey, driving while glancing at a photograph of herself with the man. A sudden gust of wind sweeps the picture away, distracting Juliet as she attempts to catch it. In the chaos, her car veers off the road. Juliet loses consciousness and dreams of a pre-apocalyptic life. In her dream, on a rainy day, she visited an art gallery where she struggled to comprehend the paintings. Jack, the gallery owner, and the man in the photograph approached her. Noticing her lack of understanding, Juliet admitted to seeking shelter and free food. Jack found her amusing, sharing a drink and explaining how to appreciate the beauty in art. Returning to the present, Juliet wakes up to discover her leg is fractured and trapped in the overturned car. With darkness falling, indicating the impending emergence of Reapers, and her gun out of reach, she realizes she's vulnerable. Attempting to use the radio, she encounters malfunctions. Using a makeshift tool, Juliet manages to reach the gun but faces disappointment as her improvised device breaks before she can retrieve it. Another flashback unfolds, revealing how Jack abruptly left a gallery opening to share a meal with Juliet. Agreeing to go to his apartment, Juliet was astonished by the opulence and beauty of his surroundings. Exploring further, she discovered Jack's impressive drawings, showcasing his artistic prowess. Over wine and cheese, Jack confided in Juliet about his family troubles and how he managed his inheritance. In contrast, Juliet, with no family of her own, found it challenging to open up, feeling uneasy about Jack's probing questions. Consequently, she decided to leave. Back in the present, determined to endure the pain, Juliet employs a pipe to free her broken leg. She improvises a tourniquet and cleans the wound with alcohol before grittily realigning the displaced bone. Another memory unfolds, recounting a night when Juliet went to a bar with a random man, ignoring Jack's presence. Exiting with the man, Jack followed and witnessed the man compensating Juliet for some substance. An attempted kiss from the man was vehemently rejected by Juliet. Jack continued to tail her on the train, leading to a shady neighborhood. Juliet purchased more substance from a dealer, confirming her involvement as a dealer herself. At that point, Jack revealed himself and Juliet allowed him to accompany her into a building where she had to settle another deal before accessing her apartment. Inside, Jack discovered Juliet's impoverished state and offered assistance. However, Juliet, defensive, asserted she wasn't a charity case and attempted to evict him. Jack resisted, prompting Juliet to reveal an injection, exposing her own struggles with addiction. This revelation compelled Jack to leave. Returning to the present, Juliet resourcefully creates an improvised cast using items from the car and begins working on fixing the radio. Unfortunately, her calls go unanswered, and just as a Reaper approaches, she hears Harry's voice on the radio. The Reaper, alerted by the sound, comes closer to the car, forcing Juliet to throw the radio out to distract it. The creature discards the radio and heads toward the car, but is lured away by a distant noise. Seizing the opportunity, Juliet reloads her gun and reflects on another memory. In this recollection, after being beaten up, Juliet sought refuge at Jack's apartment. Without judgment or intrusive questions, Jack tenderly cleaned her wounds, allowing her to rest. The next morning, they shared breakfast, and when Juliet hinted at going for a walk, Jack correctly surmised her need for a fix. Offended, Juliet attempted to leave but found the door locked. Jack, determined to help her get clean, faced her fury as she broke his belongings. In a moment of vulnerability, Jack hugged Juliet, offering comfort with a kiss. Back in the present, Juliet discovers glow sticks and uses them to check for nearby reapers. Satisfied that the coast is clear, she retrieves the radio. Suddenly, a strange noise intensifies, prompting her to throw glow sticks in different directions. To her horror, she spots a reaper atop her car. In a panic, Juliet swiftly shoots the reaper before retreating into the car, anticipating another attack. To her surprise, the reaper pulls off the window cover from behind, grabbing her leg. Reacting quickly, Juliet starts the car and accelerates, causing the creature to be struck by the wheels. The reaper flees and Juliet attempts to shoot it, but her aim falters. While scanning the surroundings, the reaper re-enters through the opposite window, growling and startling Juliet, who manages to shoot it again. After the encounter, Juliet struggles to steady her hands as she attempts to fix the radio without any available alcohol to calm her nerves. Another flashback unfolds, depicting Jack and Juliet as a couple moving into a new house together. Jack, trying to ease Juliet's nervousness, touches her face to make her smile and gives her a tour of the house, mentioning a room for their future children. Juliet, uncomfortable with the idea, brushes it off. Jack wonders if she'll ever say she loves him, to which Juliet replies that he already knows. Returning to the present, Juliet successfully repairs the radio and contacts Harry. Despite the unclear communication, she relays the situation and seeks assistance. However, the connection is lost after Harry mentions something about a beacon. Searching the car, Juliet discovers a box containing a beacon and realizes she must read the manual to activate it. As she works on the beacon, she reflects on the day she found out she was pregnant. The joy of a positive test result was later overshadowed by the devastating loss of the baby during labor, leaving the couple to return home to an empty nursery. In the current moment, Juliet successfully activates the beacon, fortifying the windows just as the Reaper returns. Spotting her through the windshield, the creature moves to the side window, attempting to dislodge the cover. Juliet pushes it away with her feet, prompting the Reaper to change tactics and start hitting the car. During this intense situation, Harry calls, advising Juliet to use light on the Reapers. Aware of this strategy but with a broken flashlight, Juliet receives bad news from Harry. They won't be able to rescue her until sunrise due to the danger of venturing out at night. This revelation triggers another memory of tension between Jack and Juliet after the loss of their baby. Juliet, overwhelmed, ran away, leading to a heated argument when Jack found her. She confessed that she didn't truly want a child, feeling pressured into it by Jack. Furious, Jack blamed Juliet for the baby's death, broke up with her, and walked away. Returning to the present, Juliet hears an approaching engine and frantically honks the horn to attract attention. Two men on a bike stop beside her car, and one of them offers assistance, claiming he wants to help. However, he turns out to be a cannibal with sinister intentions, putting Juliet in a perilous situation. The Reaper returns, dragging the assailant out and gruesomely ending his life by crushing his skull. As the macabre scene unfolds, another flashback emerges, revealing that after the argument with Jack, Juliet sought solace in a bar, drowning her sorrows and ignoring Jack's numerous calls. However, news on TV revealed a chemical attack at the subway station, claiming over 30 lives. An unknown caller informed Juliet that Jack was injured, prompting her to rush to the hospital. Back in the present, grappling with the traumatic memories, Juliet contemplates a dire course of action, but the recollections persist. At the hospital, she discovered Jack's inability to speak, but still communicated through gestures. Using a board, he conveyed his love, and for the first time, Juliet reciprocated. Jack also made her promise not to give up, prompting Juliet in the present to lower her gun. Driven by the vow she made to Jack, she resolves to continue fighting. Determined, Juliet arms herself with a flare and 2 gas containers, leaving the safety of the car. She douses one container with gas, ignites the flare, and waves it to attract the Reaper's attention. As the creature approaches, Juliet walks backward, strategically positioning the Reaper near the gas-filled container. With unwavering resolve, she shoots the container, causing a powerful explosion. In a desperate struggle, the Reaper evades Juliet's attempt to shoot it, only to reappear behind her and force her to drop the gun. Terrified, Juliet fends off the creature's advances, retreating into the car. In a desperate bid, Juliet reaches for her gun, but the Reaper pulls her out of the car, tossing her to the ground. She manages to shoot the creature twice, causing it to fall. Overwhelmed with emotions, Juliet recalls the day she returned to the hospital only to find out Jack had been taken away, having succumbed to death. As morning arrives, the Reaper starts moving again, but Juliet is out of bullets. In an unexpected turn, the creature climbs on top of her, but refrains from attacking. Instead, it tenderly touches her face, prompting Juliet to realize that the Reaper is Jack. This revelation triggers a memory of the day they first met, with Jack emphasizing fate bringing people together and closing the gallery to be with her in the present. In a poignant moment, Juliet hugs Jack, confessing her love for him. After reloading the gun, she places a new bullet, and with a bittersweet resolution, she presses their heads together, choosing to end things and embark on the afterlife together. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.